Do you currently have a busy life schedule? If so, this video is for you, to kick you in the pants, to encourage you to keep going. And I want to do this with some thoughts, some mantras, if you want to call it that way, that help me to keep going when my life gets busy, and I hope they will help you too. I hope at least one or two thoughts will resonate with you, hopefully, and stick with you. So whenever you find yourself frustrated, if you can't carve out that much time for music production, they hopefully will help you out. So let's jump in. Hey friends, Silvano here from roughingstudio.com. Okay, now and then people reach out, or I interact with people via email, DM, whatever it is, and I follow up sometimes and ask how is music creation going on. And now and then people say, yeah, you know, I'm a student, I'm a mother actually, and she said, that was interesting. She said, yeah, don't have much time, I do what I can, and that was really inspiring, by the way. But the tonality of all those messages is basically, I don't have much time for music creation, and mainly because of other life commitments. And I get it. For me, it's hard to be honest. And I did a similar video a few weeks back, months, I don't remember. But I think this will actually help you out. And I hope some thoughts that I share with you in this video hopefully encourage you, to motivate you to sit down, work a little bit on music, even if life gets busy. We all are busy somehow. But yeah, now let's start with the first thought that I want, that motivates me to actually sit down during busy life season. Okay, number one is we either have solutions, or we create solutions, or we have excuses. I don't know where I got this from, probably from some kind of book, I don't know. Sometimes this really pops up when I think, oh, I should record a video, and then somehow I tell myself hidden excuses. I call them hidden excuses, like saying, oh, I don't have time right now for this or that. Oh, I need to clean the kitchen, I need to clean whatever it is. But basically it's just procrastination. Then the thought pops up, and then I tell myself, okay, you either create a solution to record that video, to produce music, or you create excuses, and the choice is mine or yours, whatever. And this leads me to the next thought that keeps me going during a busy life schedule, which is 10 minutes are still better than nothing at all. And honestly, don't underestimate 10 minutes. Just as an example, a couple of days ago I started a track idea. It was basically, yeah, kind of a loop. It was 7 minutes long. And then it was really boring, to be honest, just a simple loop. But then I told myself, okay, let's just sit down 10 fucking minutes. Come on, that's nothing, right? 10 minutes. Stop scrolling on Instagram, whatever. 10 minutes is peanuts. So I sat down, and then I tweaked a little bit, just some automation, muting some clips here and there. And after 10-15 minutes, I got a rough arrangement going on. And then I felt uninspired somehow. And then I said, just, you know what? I already did my 10 minutes. Fuck you. Need to do something else, whatever. And then I come back later, maybe. I do another 10 minutes. And then you can move that track further and further down over the finish line. And again, this is just for busy life seasons. Maybe in a few months you get more time again, and then you can carve out, I don't know how much time you want to carve out, maybe 4 hours if you can. Good for you, I can't. But yeah, you get the idea. So the next thought that helps me keep going is using the language of I don't have time to when can I actually start? When can I start? When can I carve out time for music production? So we shift from I don't have time to when can I start? And then just go really easy. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever is easy to you. So the thing is really to lower the entry barrier of sitting down, to lower that fear, in my opinion. Because if I tell myself, yeah, let's produce one hour, for me that's, yeah, it's already scares me a little bit, you know, and it demotivates me during the busy life season. But rather than scrolling through social media, whatever, I don't do that anymore, by the way. But just download maybe a fucking music app and carve out some loop, percussion loop, bass line, whatever it is, and then you can use that later on for a new project, whatever, right? So again, use the language of I don't have time to when can I start? Okay. Next thought that I like to use, or that resonates, or that come up from time to time, is don't underestimate the power of small, consistent increments over a long period of time. Now, what does this actually mean? I talked about this, about the 1% rule, I guess, in another video. But basically, if you can just sit down every day for 30 minutes writing music time, and do this long enough, maybe, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years. I just did this for 1 year right now. I missed some days, to be honest with you, but on average I spent around 30-minute chunks, and in my opinion I learned so much things just with 30-minute chunks, sometimes in the evening, sometimes in the morning. I really thought it's not possible to actually increase that much with such a small time frame. So again, don't underestimate the power of small time chunks, small consistent increments over a long period of time. And the catch here is really the long period. Maybe let's say you want to lose weight. So you go running every, I don't know, for 4 weeks you run 3 times a week. You don't see anything. You get actually frustrated. You think, God damn, what's going on here? For 4 weeks I went out when it was raining, snowing, when it was hot. I don't know where you live, and nothing happens. The fucking weight didn't decrease. So what's the point here? But then after a few more runs, you see something changes, and then you guess what? Then you get motivated. Then you feeling happy if you go running because you actually see the results. So you really need to hit that fucking plateau, and then you reach another plateau, and then another one, and you push and push and push through that shit, and over time that snowball starts to roll. So again, use that busy life actually to double down. Why not? To actually become more productive during those smaller time chunks, because that's the next thought. Yeah, follow-up thought to this is actually playing the long-term game. So we don't just sit down 3 weeks and then we stop 2 months, we do nothing, then we go back again, start, stop, start, whatever. For me it works, just slow, consistent growth somehow. Okay, this is a huge one. You know what? I was so emotional. I talked about 10 minutes or so. I recorded it, and then I realized that shit was broken somehow. I did record the video. It's gone. Now I re-record this for you. So I hope I get into the flow again. So basically, the next one is huge for me. Not the time spent on music, but the tracks finished are what counts, you know? Because sometimes people reach out and say, you know, I produced for 5 years or something, 2, 3 years, and barely finished any music. Really, finish that tracks. It doesn't really matter if they are good or bad. The point is you will get better if you finish more and more and more tracks, because you level up in every skill set: mixing, sound design, arrangement, and whatever it is. So again, not the time spent on music, but the tracks, the finished tracks are what really count in the production game, in my opinion. And it took me quite a bit of time to realize that. So next thought, our biggest enemy in the studio is procrastination, resistance, those two things. Now what is procrastination? Procrastination is basically, you know you should do something. For example, you know you should sit down in front of Ableton and you know you should write music, but instead you go and do something else, like Googling for the latest hot synthesizer for bass or whatever it is. Or maybe, I know I should record this video here, but you know the kitchen is also really dirty. I probably should first clean the kitchen. You know what I mean? So the biggest enemy really that we face day by day is procrastination. We need to overcome that procrastination. We need to say, fuck you, now is the time. I sit down and I do the work. Next thing, I challenge myself to see what's actually possible during this busy life season. So for example, maybe you find ways, or you get creative by thinking, okay, how can I carve out more time? How can I maybe work more efficient? Maybe you need to sort out your library. Maybe you need to sort your presets that you came up with. Maybe you need, I don't know, maybe you need to buy a used iPad and use that installing Mi Rack. which is a VCV rack port to Apple's iPad, whatever OS, and use that on your commute to your work. Maybe you can carve out 50 minutes on that, put in headphones, maybe doing some modular shit on the way to work, you know. Yeah. Next thought, music creation is my meditation against my busy life. So for example, I have 2 kids, I have family, and yeah, it's sometimes a little bit busy, you know, a little bit loud, and when the kids go to bed or when they sleep, I just like to put on my headphones, stick my head into Ableton, and I just create something, just for the sake of kind of meditation. And after that, I mostly feel better, because even if the track is not release worthy or not what I expected, I still don't care too much. I still sat down, I beat the biggest enemy, which is procrastination, and I just did some work, and it just feels good. So music creation is meditation. What if we just look at this and shift our mindset from I need to do it to music creation is my meditation practice? It's a different thing, right? Somehow. Next thought, busy people get more done. Now, you might think that's not true, but there's a law, maybe you heard about it, called Pareto's law. So what this law basically says is, if you give yourself a certain time frame, let's say you sit down on a Saturday afternoon, whatever, evening, and say yourself, okay, I want to mix that track, I give myself 2 hours. Guess what? It probably will take you the whole time frame, 2 hours, because you think, okay, now, yeah, I hear something there, the kick is not punchy enough, this and that, and I'm guilty about that, honestly, I'm really guilty. On the other hand, if I give myself, let's say, 30 minutes, chances are I get that fucking mix still done in 30 minutes, maybe not as good as with a 2-hour frame, but there's a close other law that is called the law of diminishing returns. I talked about that as well. So basically what this law tells us, a lot of laws here, don't like to talk about laws in music creation, but anyway, so we invest time, for example, for mixing, this is really true, or also creation part. So you get better, the mix sounds better, and on a tipping point, it gets worse. The more time you spend on it, it gets actually worse. And this is what they call the law of diminishing returns. So it's really to find some kind of a sweet spot. Maybe you discovered this by yourself somewhere, maybe in exercise. There's probably a sweet spot too in order of time frame for exercise, for running, for, I don't know, weightlifting. You get the idea, hopefully. Maybe this resonates with you, maybe not. I hope it resonates with you. So again, busy people get more done. So yeah, this was the last one. I just spitted out random stuff. I hope this still motivates and encourages and motivates you to sit down, even if you have a busy life. And remember, the goal during those busy life seasons, in my opinion, are to actually stretch that creative muscle. For example, if you're a runner and you are really great in shape, and you get a busy life season maybe, and then you just drop the ball, you stop at all exercise, you don't run anymore, and then after 3 months, 4 months, you want to start again. Guess what? The biggest enemy, procrastination, resistance, they come and hit you in the face, and it's actually harder to start it all over again. But if you just would keep running, just do a little bit less than you would normally do, and stretch those muscles, that brain will still think you are a runner. So just keep going and stretch that muscle. And I like to think in a very similar way for creativity and music production. So if I drop the ball for 1 month, for 2 months without opening up Ableton, I would have quite a bit of a hard time. So really just do a little bit, open up Ableton every day, and just do something very easy to achievable, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, and stick to that. And the goal is really to lower the barrier of entry by using some stupid low time frames like 5, 10, 15 minutes, you know. Because if you say, okay, I stick to 1 hour music creation, that's probably really hard, because it scares you. But if you say, yeah, 5 minutes, you sit down 5 minutes opening up, and then you will probably end up spending much more time than 5 minutes. So really just stretch that fucking creative muscle, and maybe again stretching it. If you don't have Ableton, just hum in something in the phone, a melody that you can later on convert to a MIDI file. I don't know, the function from Ableton audio to MIDI, whatever it is, and then maybe this sparks in some new ideas. So just stretch the muscle, creativity muscle, I like to say. And yeah, hope this helps. Let me know in the comment section if this was helpful. Let me know how you want to stretch the muscle over the next 2 weeks. Let me know why you have a busy life season, and we all have from now and then, and they go over, and then you can go back to your normal schedule or just stick to this one. If it works for you, maybe you get better results during those seasons. I don't know. For me, that's the case. I don't know. So yeah, hope this helps. And by the way, if you want a little time saver for kick creation, go and download my soft but snappy Rominimal Ableton Live drum rack. It's a little small, simple drum rack that you can use for create a quick, easy kick drum patterns. Or if you want that, just grab it below the video, click the link below, and then you get it for free. Thanks again for your time. You made it until the end, and now let's go to work. No procrastination, no other videos anymore. Just sit down and do something. 5 minutes, 3, 2, 1, now.